To be honest, those 4-point plays, they just come naturally, but, like, I don't really work on it, it just comes naturally, so, like, sometimes I'll be in practice just playing around, just shooting and falling in practice to see if I can make it, but in the game, I do it, and it goes in pretty much, so it just, it happens a lot too, so I'm surprised myself it goes like that, but it feels natural when I do it, so and it looks natural, so I would say that.
Go to Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Michelle.
Hey, Isaiah. I wanted to ask you about the significance of winning a 20th game. Basketball teams, it's really a benchmark that all the basketball teams go for. A 20-win season is something that people talk about. And University of Miami had many 20-win seasons in a row from the time Coach Larinaga got here, and then the last three were not. Can you just talk about the significance of winning a 20th game tomorrow, what that means overall?
It definitely means a lot with a lot of teams in the country. They don't get to those types of wins, 20 wins. So just coming into this season, this gonna be one of the seasons like we gonna get to 20 wins. So it's gonna be a great feeling, and like with the team we have, it's a good team that we prove that we can be one of those top teams. So with the 20th win, it's gonna be good, and we're gonna feel good about it.
Go to Brian Kanzer from Category 5.
Hey Isaiah, just a question for you. You guys have gained some momentum the past few games, obviously winning three in a row, including two back-to-back ones on the road. What has the team dynamic been in the locker room recently, and how much is this team looking forward to a chance at redemption this weekend against UVA?
With the team we have right now, it's just that in the locker room, it's good energy, good vibe. Everybody trusting each other, everybody having fun, making jokes about each other, and just it's just a great place to be in right now. Just with the trust we have with one another, it just every time we bring the energy away, it's just we keep the same energy for home and away games. So I think we showed that throughout these away games and coming into when we play Virginia, it's gonna be a tough game. We didn't do so good last game with them, but we looked at film and we're gonna do a lot better. So it's gonna be a good game.
Go back to Michelle.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Sam Wardenberg, and just what a huge role he's playing on the team this year. And he's playing really a different position and a different role than before his injury. Can you just talk about what he's meant to the team, on and off the court, what he brings your team? Thank you.
Sam been a good leader to his team. Every time we go through downs, he's always there to pick the team up, and he always has something to say about the team and how he always put emotions on how he feels about the team, and we all look up to him. And he's one of the big parts of our team, and he's a he's a big like I say he's a big part of the team, and he really keeps the energy up, and he's really a good leader with how he's been playing this season. He's been shooting the ball a lot, shooting at a high clip too, and dunking the ball. And he's been a big problem to the team. And Sam is just one of those players like you really need on a type of team that's trying to win tournament games or try to win key games. So, because Sam is like one of the top players. He don't show it sometimes, but on the court he make hustle plays and all that. So he's just one of the top players that we need.
Go back to Brian Kanzer.
Hey, just a follow-up for you. Can you speak a little bit about how big of a factor your home court advantage is going to be for this game and just be in front of the home fans?
Home court advantage is going to be it's a big chance for us to like our fans are like one of the reasons that we having this type of season. I feel like because fans give up great energy and we go off that energy, and with the home court advantage is just we feel better and we feel more at home, and we probably gonna hit more shots than we did away because we got more feel of the rims and all that. So with just going with the fans and home court advantage is gonna be a big improvement.
Anything else for Isaiah? Go back to Michelle for the last question.
Isaiah, you said at the beginning that guys like make a lot of jokes, make fun of each other in the locker room and stuff. What's something that guys make fun of you about? Is there something that they pick on you about?
Recently, I've been eating a bagel sandwich. I ate a raisin bagel sandwich. It's like a raisin bagel with egg and bacon, and I put ketchup on it, and they've been making jokes about it. They said I'm weird for that, and nobody does that. So it tastes pretty good to me, but I don't know why nobody thinks it's good. So that's one
It
of
is
the.
kind of, I don't know, raisin bagel with egg and bacon. I mean, that sounds really good, but why would you need to put ketchup on that? That's
It just
a
makes
lot of good flavors without the ketchup.
it just makes it better. I like sauce, so I put sauce on everything. So I'm a big sauce dude, and I like putting like whatever I need to make something even better. So
Yeah, I think it's a token to all of our hard work, that we've put in. Coach, I always like to use the expression, the ACC or just the season in general is a marathon, not a sprint. As much as nice as it would be to get the 20th win, I think we're focused on the bigger goal. Making the NCAA tournament, winning the national championship. It would be a nice reward along the way, but we have the bigger things in perspective.
Thank you.
Go to Luke Cheney from the Miami Hurricanes.
Hey, Jordan, can you talk a little bit about the versatility that you've been able to bring to your team this season on the defensive end?
Yeah, defense for me was something I wanted to improve upon in the beginning of the season. It was a main focus of mine. And I think, being on this team allowed me to really show what I can do defensively and show, the work I've put into being able to just, sit down and guard somebody. I think every team, needs a team full of good defenders, but, someone who can really, lock in at that position that they need to stop the opposing team's, players. Every night, usually I'm going up against someone who's taller than me, probably weighs a couple more pounds than me. But, I've been in the weight room. I'm a very strong individual, I like to say. And, I just want to do whatever I can do to, help the team win.
Go to Brian Kanzer from Category 5.
Hey, Jordan, just one question. So the season's starting to come to a final stretch here with a lot of important games coming up, including tomorrow night against UVA. What has the team done to stay locked in night in and night out to ensure you guys can finish the regular season strong?
Kind of like I mentioned before, having the big goal in the back of our head, every day in and day out. We have one big focus, like I mentioned, to win to get to the tournament, win the national championship. So, having that goal and us coming together to achieve that goal, definition of a team is something that keeps, kind of the fire burning and the candle lit for all of us. I think, the sky's the limit for our group. And, if we continue to stay hungry, stay playing together, I think, anything's possible.
Go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport.
Yeah, hey, Jordan. So, you're mentioning national championships and the NCAA tournament. I was curious, you guys are really right in the thick of the ACC regular season championship. Is that maybe not quite so meaningful when you look at some of the bigger goals, or is that still something where you guys are like, hey, let's get this first? I mean, I don't know. Do you guys even talk about that?
Right. It's definitely something, we all want to achieve. I hate for you to get the wrong impression that, we obviously don't want to do well in the tournament or win the tournament. But, at the end of the day, when you win the tournament, you make the NCAA tournament. So, that's kind of the big picture, big perspective. Right now we're focused on UVA that we have tomorrow, and the upcoming games we have moving forward. Small victories at a time can lead to big victories.
Go back to Michelle Kaufman.
Jordan, can you talk about Sam Warrenbergen? What is it about him that makes him a unique player from other people you've played with? What is it that he brings this team? He's been asked to take on a different role now than he used to before his injury. What do you think he brings on the court and off the court? Thanks.
you know, Sam's been here for a while, so he definitely brings that experience. He's one of the, I guess usually would be an older guy, but you know, we have a pretty veteran team. You know, Sam's basketball IQ is just very high. You know, him being able to play at the 5 position and be a pick and pop threat and, you know, take other bigs off the bounce because they don't necessarily have lateral quickness is something that, you know, really helps our team. You know, he's a big focal point in the offense and he helps, you know, keep it fluid and keep it looking, you know, kind of just in one motion. I think Sam provides leadership in his own ways. You know, like I mentioned, he's been through a lot. He's been with a lot of different players. So he knows the kind of he knows how to, you know, relate to the younger guys, the guys who aren't as young and the older guys, you know. He's highly respected throughout the team. And I think, you know, everybody on the team realizes his importance to this team.
Go back to Luke.
Hey Jordan, so you just mentioned how Sam's role this season has been as a pick and pop threat on offense. Can you talk a little bit about how your comfort level has increased this season within Miami's offense?
Yeah, you know, just trying to figure it out. It's been one of those things, like I kind of mentioned before previous interviews. Um, you know, it has its way. It's just gonna come, I guess, but for better words. I think, you know, us just working together as a team and making sure that, you know, the ball is shared and that we, you know, continue to play for each other and with each other is something, you know, that's going to show and it's going to be very helpful down the road. Um, you know, down the stretch, we're going to need to play a lot of team basketball to make sure that we, you know, it would just make it harder for defenses to guard. I think at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trying to help out any way possible.